This is the last year for the 2026 BMW X5 M60i. We have it in Tanzanite 2 blue metallic over ivory full extended merino leather. We've ticked a lot of packages, which I may or may not get some of these features, and I'm going to go over that in this review. But the reason why this is the last year is because we're going into the Neue Klasse. So should you option this or wait for 2027? I'm Anthony from Supercar Throttle, and that's what we're going to go over, as well as showing you what you get with the last year variant of this S68 engine, which is a detuned M engine, which is awesome. Now, BMW offers a few different trims. You could get the base variant, which has 375 horsepower. You bump it up to this, and this is right underneath the X5M competition, which is crazy because you got 617 horsepower. So you know that you can get more horsepower out of the engine that's underneath the hood here. Plus, they have a plug-in variant that has 40 horsepower less than this. As for competition, this is the one that takes the cake because it's the least expensive in MSRP with features and services. Starting in the front, you're going to have adaptive full LED headlights, daytime runnings that incorporate into the kidney grille with the matte black surrounding the gloss black inserts. M badging, and it should, because underneath here, it's an M engine. The lower gets the gloss black. All opened up, but it is an active grille shutter. Not a huge fan of that because those things can break. Rock chips, little rocks can go inside and hold the blade, and then it breaks the motor. Damn thing's a few $100s, believe it or not. The side is opened up in the air pocket, front parking sensors with the 360-degree reverse camera. Now, on a side note, you don't get a 360-degree reverse camera standard, nor do you get the AR, which will show up in your gauge cluster so you can see the camera in the front. You have to option the Park Assist package to get the 360-degree reverse camera. So I just wanted to make it clear to people because I always get that in the comments. They say, well, does it come standard? It doesn't. But housed underneath the hood, this is what comes standard, a 4.4 liter V8 bi-turbo producing 523 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque, which is the same torque as an M, achieving 17 mpgs for the city, 22 mpgs for the highway, reaching 60. BMW's quoting at 4.2 seconds. I'm sure you could get it faster with a top speed at 130 to 155 miles per hour. Now, on a side note to that, the true M is about 22 miles faster than this on a top speed and about 0.5 to 0.6 seconds quicker on a 0 to 60. But the price also goes up at least $20,000 with what we have it as spec'd here, and you're not going to get those specs there. The Neue Klasse, it's going to change out the front fascia, so the headlight assembly is going to be more sleek and longer. The lower bumper is going to come up a little bit more so, and the kidney grille, that's going to shrink just a touch. Wheel design is going to change, so you're not going to have these 22-inch wheels, and these are a staggered wheel setup. They're going to have something similar. It's going to be an updated spec, but this is a 275/35 up front with a 315/30 out back. Because we have the M Sport Professional Package Pro, we got the blue brake calipers. That's an M Sport brake, which gives us 4 pistons in the front, single floating caliper in the rear. Why do you need this? Well, it's good that you have the stoppage, even though you're not going to take it on the track. The beauty about the last year for this 2026 variant is it's going to be something that's iconic because they're changing the whole platform. So just keep that in mind if you are thinking about holding off to the 2027, because sooner than later, they're not going to have an M60 on the lot and you'll have to get it pre-owned. Glossy black around all the window trims on top of the roof rail, and you get the M-Spec side view mirror with frontal collision, pedestrian detection, lane keep assist, steering assist, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert. I'm running out of breath. You got too many safety features, and this is a vehicle that has an M engine. And dynamically speaking, it's a near 50-50 weight distribution before we get the rear axle steering with the M-tuned suspension. There's a lot of M guts, not only underneath the hood, but even for the suspension. The rear gets LED taillights, and this is going to be changed for the Neue Klasse. It's going to be a little bit more sleek. I like the back of the Neue Klasse or the 2027 variant better because it looks more athletic. This should be underneath here, but you know, they have room for error. The lower gets the quad exhaust tips. There's no tow package, which I appreciate that because it looks a little bit more dynamic, but you can tow up to 7,200 pounds. Reverse parking sensors, 360-degree reverse camera, and it's almost impossible to get this under 6 figures. And The reason why is every year it goes up in price. So you know the Neue Klasse or the 2027 variant is going to be probably right at that $100,000, if not more. So which way would you go? To the 26 or 27? Let us know in the comments. Click the subscribe and a like if you haven't already, because all these clicks help with the algorithm so we can bring more vehicles like this to the channel. Now we have a 50.4, 49.6 weight distribution on top of the S68 engine. So these curvy roads, we should do good, especially because we have rear axle steering. So let's see what we get. Cracks come into play. Shift pattern is excellent. Braking is precise. Hard braking here. Fun to drive, it definitely has the spirit. And you have the exhaust that filters in the whole time. Drop it into comfort, and now nobody knows what you've done. This is a playful vehicle. Should you wait and get the Neue Klasse? I mean, I like this variant. I think they've done an excellent job. When I get my hands on the Neue Klasse and see how the performance is, it would obviously make it a little bit easier, but because of some of the radical change, it's almost like the M4 where people didn't like the way the grille was, or even the 7 Series, how big the grille is. BMW went these ways because their #1 seller is China. So what happened is when you go to China, a big grille stresses that you're rich. And unfortunately, they did all of these changes and now they're actually not doing as well in sales. That's why this becomes a sweet spot vehicle, because they didn't go so radical with the change. In the Neue Klasse, it's not necessarily that radical, but it's still a huge difference compared to what you have here. Upgraded 22-inch wheels, in-tune suspension, everything just soaks it up. And look at that, everybody moves out of my way. I feel like Bruce Almighty, move. I don't know, if you guys haven't watched the movie, you should check it out, because he's in a supercar, he gets in, he's like, all this horsepower and all this traffic. That's what you're getting with this vehicle. All that horsepower stuck in damn traffic. But the beauty about this vehicle is when traffic opens up just a little bit, you can actually move this vehicle like shifting it this way. And it's not only because you have the rear axle steering, but it's because the dynamics are so close to 50-50 already. So if you want to take some bends, you can do so. If you want to move around, you can do so. It's a larger vehicle, it's wide, but it's also picked up high, over 8 inches of clearance. So it's literally a sports car that's a daily. So for me, I'm all in. And you can see for maneuverability purposes, and for cruising purposes, you'll still somewhat hear the exhaust filter in, so I appreciate that. The cons to the vehicle, obviously, is it is getting a little bit older, and when they come out with the Neue Klasse, probably some issues that's going to happen is they may not be updating the software as long as they are for the Neue Klasse, so this will be discontinued sooner than that variant. But even that being said, it doesn't really matter, because you'll still be able to use your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All the same functionality will be there, except your maps won't be updated. So when you're talking about updates, is it something that's a problem? I don't really think so. You already have the technology, you already have the safety, and you got the M-powered engine underneath the hood. The styling in the interior with the ambient lighting, I mean, it even goes into the speaker grille, for God's sake. So how much newer can you make a car, or even better? Because the Neue Klasse, the interior is also going to be changed. So the infotainment screen is going to be different, the steering wheel is going to be different, even the seating and the actual seating pattern. But my question is, will it be able to do everything that you're doing here and keep the same savings? Let me know which way you would go in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out this next video right here.